let's see here. I think we're live. Okay. We are live. So welcome back. Okay, let's go through some shit. First off, welcome to everyone that is currently in here, and to anybody that watches this stream later. Please go back and review the last 2 or 3 weeks worth of streams. We done called this shit. So congratulations to the guys in here that are able to grab positions specifically within the Apple play. Congrats. It's fucking awesome to see the moves that the market is making right now. So let's actually go through some FinViz stuff. Let's update our TAN stuff. We talked about doing that yesterday. TAN absolutely fucking killing it. Damn. Ian had actually talked about FSLR earlier. FSLR is up 14%. Look at the volume on FSLR today. 3.94 RVol. That's wild. So that's what we're going to update today. But I'm going to start it off by asking, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have current open positions that they need help managing, or things that they are currently looking at getting into as of right now? If not, I'm going to start rambling. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity. Let's see what happens here. Sorry, stream, if you just heard that obnoxious breath. My breath of life. No questions, no open positions that need managing. That's a good thing. I'm glad. It's good for us. I'm assuming that everyone that is currently in their Apple position is happy with their Apple position. I know that we have time on those. We're not messing around with the weeklies, so congratulations. I'm going to just quickly talk about, before we scan, performance on the U.S. sectors. We're going to go through the year-to-date first, and then the 3-month, and we're going to go through U.S. industries, and then we're going to go through factor analysis, just really quick, all right? So I'm going to look at the posted the year-to-date. Now I'm going to give you the 3-month. Is there enough data for quarter-to-date? Not yet. Probably another week or two, and then we got enough data for that quarter-to-date chart to really kick in. So I just posted 2 charts in Discord for everyone that's watching this stream. Feel free. Let's focus on the year-to-date chart first. What have we been saying over the last 3 to 4 weeks? We've been looking at this uptrend in growth. Tech, consumer discretionary, communications, although communications was the weaker of the 3. We said, listen, we hit a rock bottom in the middle of June. That June bottom is substantial. It is near or was at the May low. That showed us and gave us a little bit more confidence that we were stomping at a low. We were potentially setting a floor here. And what did we notice post that June low? That we started hitting a series of higher highs. As people started to sell rips into these higher highs, we were actually switching our bias and going long. We were able to do that because we noticed that breadth had been steadily improving week over week. Remember what we said, and this is important, and I'm glad you guys are here to listen to this. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not like Thanos snaps his fucking fingers and the market reverses. It's just consistent. It's live. I don't know. It's on there. It says it's live streaming. So, oh, is it unlisted? It's unlisted. Fuck. All right, should be live now, public. Okay, so looking at the year-to-date chart, U.S. sectors, we've talked about the June and May lows being an area of potential reversal. The June area was the shoe-in for us to start going and looking long. The higher highs, all the data coming in, people were selling the rips. We were switching bias going long, right? We looked at the higher highs. We can see it on the year-to-date chart. It's very obvious to see now, but can you remember, go back 2-3 weeks, it was like we were, walking on eggshells trying to find areas of the market. Where should we be buying right now? Which growth areas are worth the potential risk? Obviously, in hindsight, it's easy to say we should have bought nearly fucking everything, but we got involved as other people were continuing to sell those rips. How are we able to do that? Market breadth was consistently improving week over week, but like I just said, it's not like Thanos snaps his fingers and everything just reverses back to the upside. It's a process. And by the way, we're not out of the woodwork yet. It's not like we're, at all-time highs or anywhere close, but this is different. You guys can feel it. We've been feeling it for 3 to 4 weeks. You go to the pattern site. We've been checking out Bukowski's work for nearly every single day. Puts out a great blog for anybody that's watching the stream, patternsite.com. Bukowski is a literal technical god in our space. And every Wednesday and Thursday, he posts these breadth stuff. And just to reiterate this really quick, on last Wednesday, he said on Tuesday, 64% of his stocks in his database were in bear market territory, but that's down from 79 on June 17th. So the confluence there between the lows of the U.S. sectors and the lows of the market breadth reading matter to us. We were able to catch this before literally, and I say this with confidence, fucking anybody. I mean, I'm looking at all-star charts, JC Perret. I'm looking at Ian McMillan. Love these guys. Love their work, but we were talking about this before they were putting it out on Twitter. We were ground zero number one saying this is relevant. Market breadth is improving under the scenes. People aren't necessarily screaming because Apple's not hitting all-time highs, but we're seeing fewer lower lows being hit. We're seeing fewer names off, 20% from their highs, etc. So congratulations for us on being able to not only identify that, but start trading it. We zoom in on the 3-month here. We obviously don't have enough data for the quarter to date yet on U.S. sectors. I posted that as well, and it's even more relevant. Look at what's up and over SPY now for the first time. It's XLK. Tech is coming back, baby. Look at XLY. It was down the most. Now it's only down 4.83. XLC is obviously lagging because of Meta, but it was down huge, right? XLC at one point, I need to correct myself. It was down huge at one point, near 13, 14%. But Meta is realistically the thing drawing down the communication sector right now, because Google is certainly not. We can look at consumer discretionary. We've been hitting higher highs since those June lows. We were able to identify that a few weeks ago, and then XLK is pretty much ripping here, about to get back into the positive territory probably next week. I mean, we're really flirting with that. So congratulations to you guys, specifically the guys holding Apple positions right now. What an incredible position to be in. We're going to look at this through U.S. industries really quick and then factor. It's working now, right? Live's working now. Live check. Year to date, I posted the chart. Let me post 3-month too, and then we'll talk through it. Let me know in chat if the live's working, just in case I need to go back and do something with it. But I'm going to keep talking until you guys type. So year-to-date chart, first things first. Yeah, it's obvious that growth is starting to rebound here. A few things to me stand out on the year-to-date chart, though. First off, let's start at the very bottom. FDN. FDN is not fucking moving very much. Those are your internet names. This is down the most. It makes sense to continue to be down the most because we understand that the weakest parts of the market tend to continue to be the weakest parts of the market for longer than we would expect. FDN is the weakest. It's been the weakest since the beginning of May. But I am slightly, I don't want to say concerned, but I am a little concerned that there's virtually no real rebound off of the lows here in FDN. These are your internet-related names. We are technically in a series of higher highs, but if you look at the rate of change and slope on something like FDN versus something like, SMH or even IGV, FDN is just really not doing a whole lot. So something to consider there is that FDN, and that's part of the reason why we're not actually going out and buying internet-related names, even though we are looking to go long growth. So that was kind of a surprising factor to me. ITB popping up right now for whatever reason. Home builders are showing relative strength over the last few weeks. We saw the steep drawdowns in GDX, but let's talk about energy and TAN, right? So solar and energy. Energy right now is rebounding. We did have a trade idea to go short energy. It did work for about 3 to 5 days, and I'm assuming most people that are in this trade right now, if they have not already gotten out, are thinking about getting out. This is just a rebound here, at least on the industrials sector performance here. If you look at year to date, we're in a series of higher highs. We carved out a bottom. Every single industry is now coming back up. Unfortunately, we just caught the XLE sector short too late. It was a good short. Like I said, it worked for a few days, but then for whatever reason, the market found a bottom. Everything is rallying right now. Crude is rallying as well. So those energy shorts did not work in our favor, but the growth longs are. We're seeing an incredible rebound in TAN, which is what we're going to scan through in about 2 minutes here. We need to update those charts in the solar space and also the PBW space, which is notoriously lagging against solar. So if you look at the yearly performance really quick and you look at TAN versus PBW, even prior to the last 3 days of price action, TAN was only down 4.89% on the year, and PBW was down a massive 31%. So PBW is definitely the weaker of the two when it comes to clean energy. renewable energy, I should say. 3 month here, you see tan is very obviously the one sector of the market that we want to be long now. We ironically wanted to be long yesterday or the day before. Ian is in end phase. Ian, I'm not sure if you closed out of the entire position in end phase, but congratulations on that. If you guys didn't see the trade write-up, he didn't really write it up, but he posted his charts with his entries and stuff. It's fucking phenomenal. Ian nailed it. So he's trading the market close right now. I'll post the link in the Discord. You can see his entries and kind of his thought process behind it. Like I said, he didn't write up a full thing for us to read. He probably has it himself, but the chart alone says a million words because you see his entries, his exits, and then at the end he talks about how he kept a core position through the next day as a swing because end phase continued to range horizontally into the close. So there was no definitive exit strategy that he deployed off of a range bound end phase. He was able to catch the next day, which gapped up 12%. And when he's done trading this, we'll see if he's still in this. But tan right now is the place to be. Once again, PBW over the last 3 months is now up positive because of the last 2 days. So those are going to be the two focuses that we chart through right now. Everything else is essentially what we've been talking about. You see growth rebounding in a series of higher highs. You have semiconductors, Hanos and AMD. You see IGV. Majority of IGV is going to be, Apple and stuff like that. But IGV is in an uptrend. And then once again, you see FDN is kind of just sputtering around. So last thing I want to look at is factor analysis. And we're just going to look at the differences between market caps here. Posted year to date, and I posted 3 month. Year to date, long story short, value is drawing down against SPY. We've been drawing down since the middle of May. Growth is trending upwards against SPY. We have been trending upwards since the middle or beginning of May. Nothing has changed here, which is awesome. IWO, I will say, would have liked to see IWO trending up today on such a strong thrust day, but let's be honest, everyone is out buying large cap growth right now. Everybody wants to be owning some of these huge growth names that reported amazing results and gave okay guidance, right? So Apple is obviously going to be one of those names. I haven't looked at Microsoft, and I'm assuming Microsoft is up. The trend here, though, if we zoom in on this 3 month and it gets messy, is that large cap value and value in general is trending down, and growth is trending up. Once again, we caught this early, and this was, for anybody watching the stream, and I know the group already knows this factor analysis portion of Koyfin, this was realistically the reason why we were able to articulate this idea and actually put it into action, right? Like, this was the key piece of information. Everybody is so focused on stocks, and then when people first come in here, because we talk about it all the time, sector and industry strength, but realistically, the entire basis of our theory of a market reversal coming in the middle of June off of those lows was based off of market breadth and the performance of these slices of the market based off of market cap against SPY. So this was the tab for anybody watching the stream. If you want an edge, this was the tab that we used to be able to come up with the idea of going long 3 to 4 weeks ago when everybody else was looking to short. Okay, so let's any questions or anything, feel free to post them in chat. And I'm actually going to pull up FinViz, and we're going to start scanning through solar. Once again, mic's open, or chat's open if you want any help with any current positions, or if you have ideas, feel free. I'm going to pull up the solar industry here. We're going to look at 50-day new highs. We're going to remove the average volume requirement for the day, and we're going to look at option and shortable. Come over here to charts. Posted the link. Let's go, baby. Let's roll. End phase. Hard to argue with end phase. I'm going to draw a fun little thing here really quick just to show you guys where Ian bought end phase. But like I said, when he gets back on, I'll have him actually post his chart. He bought end phase on the gap up over the open range breakout. He calls it an orb. Open range breakout. He bought the open range breakout, sold into the parabolic move, left his core position. The very next day we gapped up 12% or something like that. And as of right now, off of his entry and spot position, this large cap stock is up 22%. All right, Ian, you had your headphones muted earlier, so you don't have to respond right now if you're trading, but if you want to link your tweet just so they can see your chart with your entries and exits, feel free. And if you want, are you still in a core position for end phase? Or did you end up selling it today? So for trading, there is a new all out for right now. Sweet. Incredible trade. There is a new risk on level right now near the all-time high. Looking for a pullback, though. We do not want to chase here. I believe yesterday was probably the pullback, to be 100% honest with you. That's what the gut says. So I don't know if there's actually going to be another pullback. But if there is, the new risk on level is somewhere around 268. We found support there yesterday. We found support there today. This was previous resistance the last time we got up here. It makes total sense for me to buy across that 268.5 area. I don't know if we're going to get here again. RSI is in the fucking clouds right now. 77.2. So no clue. I'm going to repost the chart here. End phase probably not something we're going to want to buy up here, but if we get a pullback, there's definitely an opportunity. This is the leading name in my mind in the solar space. Can't get much more bullish than all-time high. We have FSLR. There's no point in charting this. It's in the stratosphere as well. We're not going to be able to get this unless we get a pullback. MAXN is a small cap, 8.66 ADR. We do have a risk on level that makes sense. Previous support turned resistance that we broke above today with some serious volume over the last 2 days. Let's go ahead and post this. It's a small cap with a high ADR, meaning probably going to want to buy equities on this if you were to take this trade. We do have earnings coming up, something to consider. I'll go back. Actually, this level goes back even farther than what I originally had it at. Check this out. This is a relevant level essentially all the way through. 1450 MAXN. For whatever reason, the market, this is a attitude changer. Go ahead and post this. Sunday night session, by the way, the strategy session is going to be fun as shit. We have monthly candles. We have weekly candles to go through. It's going to be jam-packed, so make sure you're there. But we're also going to be going through these trades in particular, these ideas for potential trade opportunities. Right now, we're just getting them on the radar. Sunrun is a name that everybody in this group has probably traded at some point, either in this group or outside of this group. I don't know if I've ever actually made a winning Sunrun trade, maybe. But I think I've lost more often than one with Sunrun here. The volume yesterday is absolutely fucking wild. The hell? I'm going to post the chart. Risk on level we're pressing up into right now near $33, $33.50. Once again, earnings are coming up. Something to consider. We'll go through this on Sunday, whether or not it's worth taking these prior to earnings or should we wait. But SHLS, obvious level here as well. A lot of these solar names are giving us very obvious risk on levels, or at least change of bias, right? You can see they were support. They've turned into resistance. SHLS, that's an attitude changing level right there at 2350. We're currently just above it. That as well as a mid cap at 8.14 ADR, so probably another shares trade. SOL I don't like, and SunPower is another name that I don't know if I've ever actually traded profitably. This chart sucks. I'm going to post SunPower just so you guys can see the difference in quality of chart. Check out SunPower and then check it against something like Run or something like SHLS that's giving us, or MAXN, that's giving us a clear level to play. There is no clear level to play in SunPower, so there's no point in even charting it whatsoever. Okay, so that's your solar space, at least according to FinViz. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and look it up. I'm going to go over and look it up in Koyfin really quick. Hannah, what's up, man? If you have any questions regarding your Apple position or your AMD position, feel free to let us know. We can talk through it. I found one, SETG. We looked at this yesterday. This is an intriguing name to me for, well, you guys will probably know right off the bat why. Why is Solar Edge worth looking at here? It's in the same space as every other chart we've been looking at. Can someone tell me really quick?
It hasn't been beat to shit like the rest of us have.
Relative strength, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Every other fucking name we've looked at has been in relative drawdowns, steep drawdowns. Look at SunPower, for example. SunPower is a 3.58 billion mid cap, and as of right now, even after a huge pop, is down 64% from its all-time high. Right? Looking at SHLS, which is a relatively new name, recent IPO, from its all-time high, including right now, it's down 46%, and that's after a 140% pump. Look, Sunrun, right? These names that people recognize from meme stocks, after the pump, it's still down 68%. Then we look at Solar Edge, and realistically, this range has been 40% from way prior to everything else capitulating. We have been horizontally channeling from 225 to the downside, and it's 370 from the upside. That's a huge range. Don't get me wrong, but this is a range. This is a horizontal range. This is, for whatever reason, not breaking to the downside and trending down towards those 2020 highs like everything else is, and here we are pressing up into an all-time high. So this is what catches my eye. Relative strength, as everything else was selling off steeply. Why did the market not want to sell off Solar Edge below 225? It had every opportunity. Had an opportunity in May of 2021, January of 2022, May of 2022, and it just couldn't. And here we are pressing at all-time highs as TAN gains momentum. We have earnings, it looks like, coming up August 2nd, early next week. Yeah, I think Solar Edge is probably going to be one of those names that I would like to play. So Solar Edge is going to be on our Sunday night trade talk through, where we come up with a trading idea. Meyer Burger, a 1.43%. Yeah, fuck this. Is this real? It is real. MBTN? Yeah, fuck that. Guys, remember Jinko Solar? We're not there yet, but this is another meme stock that really had a huge pop back in 2020. Ran 350%. At the very minimum, it's been hitting a series of higher highs since February. I'm going to post this chart. I don't absolutely love it, but if we're going to call relative strength out, we got to call relative strength out. Look at every other chart moving down and to the right. Why the fuck is this meme stock moving up and to the right for the majority of this year? Is it nice? No. It's choppy as shit. But that, if you change this to a line chart, which gets us out of the mode of, is it clean or not? We just simply want to look at the closes. Where's the trend of JKS? If we change it to a line chart, this is a series of higher highs starting in March. Everything else was going down. JKS is going up. I don't think this is an opportunity to buy yet, but I think if we break above 75, 75.5, maybe there's an opportunity there. Makes sense to me. We've been holding the 50 RSI for the better part of this year, actually. We look back, we dipped right below it in June, dipped right below it at the end of May, dipped right below it in March, but every single time recovered and hit higher highs. this is information. So Jinko Solar is probably going to be on the Sunday night watch list. Like I said, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to buy, and we might not buy it. This might just be a puzzle piece, but for whatever reason, the market is buying Jinko Solar and selling Sunrun. Here's one that just expired worthless for me on the books. This name can fucking disappear for all I care about. But CSIQ is another one. It's been range bound. It's been range bound since the end of December. Another name that is not necessarily trending down. It's just trending sideways. Not the best looking chart here, but another. If you looked at CSIQ and looked at JKS, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, and it doesn't take you guys longer than like 2 days of being in here to tell which chart is stronger, right? You see the uptrend in JKS, and you see the horizontal channel in CSIQ. So I'm highlighting CSIQ because everything else was coming down all year, and this was horizontally channeling, but not necessarily the best setup here, at least not yet. Okay, I think that's about it for TAN. Let's go to PBW really quick. Guys, we have around 10 minutes. Any questions regarding current positions, feel free to throw them out there for the group. We can talk through them. Hannah, are you still in your Apple Play? I think Dustin is. Dustin is holding his...
Yeah, I'm still in it. I'm just like worried about the theta, but then again, we're also like 180%, or not 180, 80%, 180, something like that. But I don't know if I should. I don't know what to do basically at this point because the expiration is coming up, but we're only $2.50 away from the 165 position.
What is your expiration?
August 19th, is it? I know it's the August one.
You grabbed the August monthly?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Anyone want to throw in their their 2 cents here? I'm going to post the chart in chat. You have what was your spread? A 160, 165, or did you grab 165? 162.5, 165?
The second one, 162.5.
That changes things.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike or Robin, since Landon's not here. If you grabbed a 162.5, 165, your upside is limited and your downside is at this point your downside is bigger than your upside. Am I wrong, Mike and Robin? So at this point, I'd probably bank the profit today.
Okay.
I want to double check that.
Yeah, max profit would be 250 minus whatever you paid to get in.
Hannah, your microphone is going nuts, man.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think that you're closer to your max profit than you are to your max loss, so I would probably play it safe here and think about closing it.
Okay.
Anybody disagree with that, by the way? Feel free. If you had bought the 165 calls or the 165, 170 call debit spread, there'd still be another 250 to get to that first leg there, that first contract. But he's already up in the money on the 162.5, and he sold the 165. So the max profitability, it's like a diminishing marginal rate of returns, if that makes sense. As closer you get to 165, like every drawdown is going to feel worse than the pop up. So with theta coming up, I don't think theta is really going to hit you next week, but still probably safer just to bank it here and let us know how much you end up closing it for. You're still in AMD as well? Or did you close that?
I'm still in it right now.
And
I'm just riding the wave right now, seeing where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to let us know your strike and expiry really quick?
it's the 105 110s, and it's September.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay. Well, you have earnings on Tuesday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you have, there's nothing to do here. This is a nice little grab, man. Congrats. You should be up deep double digits on this right now. Okay, let's look at PW really quick. Mic's open for anybody else if they want help. I'm going to start with FinViz, actually. Ah, fuck. FinViz doesn't do a good job with clean energy, actually, so we're just going to... Oh, my God. Some of these names in here, just absolute dog shit. IEA, Infrastructure and Energy Alternatives. Did somebody offer to fucking merge or buy out IEA? Because this looks eerily like a price action from a merger announcement or a buyout. We have a horizontal level. I don't necessarily love this, but I'm going to post it just to stay on brand here. Not my favorite chart. GOEV. You guys remember fucking Canoe? Mike, I think we traded Canoe a few times. Yeah, it's absolute dog shit. Over the last month, it's up 70%, but this chart sucks. Ticker Wolf, not good. How about Blink? You guys remember Blink? Chart sucks. I think everyone in here has traded Blink at least once. Got Lordstown Motors. Check this out. Looked at Lucid to see if there was the same sort of thing, but Lucid's getting bopped a little bit.
Did it close?
What's up?
Oh shit! No, I'm trying to close my. Oh yeah, it did close. Never mind. I thought I was tripping for a second.
I'm not gonna. Cool. So you're out of Apple?
Yeah.
Congrats, man. How much did you end up taking away from it?
It was 170%, around there. 172 keeps changing now, but I sold it for 131.
Congrats, man. Awesome trade.
Thank you.
We got a little bit
that
of
was technically your trade.
No, it was definitely not. You're the one that put the capital up and you hit the buttons. Had nothing to do with me. So, right here, Lordstown, a little bit of a rounded bottom. I don't know if this is an opportunity here. I don't really like the fractal in mid-May. This mid-May fractal looks kind of like the Qs and SPY where we got that pop up and then consolidation before another drawdown. Lordstown is a fucking shit coin of a stock. $450 million small cap. I cannot believe at one point it was worth fucking $31. It's currently down 92%. Anyway, a little bit of an accumulation pattern here since the middle of May. Look at that volume spike on May 11th, May 12th. Remember that date matters. We set a rule that we only wanted to be looking at stocks that set that low on May and then in June came down and tested it or stayed above it. Lordstown does fit that description. It's a small cap with an 8% ADR, so this could be a not risk-free but stress-free equities trade. Buy a couple shares, see what happens. We have earnings coming up on the 4th of August. Got Fluence Energy. I don't like the chart right now, but it's up. It's a newer IPO. See, STEM looks a lot like Fluence. How about Plug Power, man? You guys remember the story I told you about Plug Power? I had $4 calls on Plug Power and I sold them maybe, I don't know, 15 days prior to it popping up to like fucking $12 or $15. And then I was mad, so I continued to watch Plug and went all the way to $75. It's incredible. Anyway, Plug's up. Still not a chart that I'd want to buy though. View, no. Nova, no. These charts aren't giving us the levels that we want. So far, that ride name actually is the best in clean energy. We got ITRI. Not necessarily sure this is the best looking chart, but we did hold the 2020 lows. Remember, anytime we can find this type of information, it's good. For whatever reason, the market did not want to bring this thing down below the 2020 lows. So there's some confluence there. ITRI is a $2.6 billion market cap with a 3.89 ADR. So I'd never heard of it. I doubt there's volume on the chain, but this could be a potential options play we'll look at on Sunday. ESE as well held the 2020 lows here. Series of higher highs, stamped out a low in May, drew down in June, but never broke below those May lows. So once again, a piece of information here, ESE, this is a $1.98 billion mid cap with a 2.7 ADR. So this is a slower moving mid cap. I have no idea what ESE is. It's an aerospace and defense name. This would be an options play. I doubt there's any opportunity on the chain though. Got Solar Edge again on here. Guys, we got 2 minutes left. Any questions, feel free. I'm just going to continue to chart until the session ends. There's no earnings, obviously, on Friday. So as soon as the bell dings, you guys can hop off. Feel free, by the way, DM me. Do not use the Calendly link. DM me if you want to set a one-on-one. I'll put an announcement out as well. Sunday. Let's just set that shit up now so I can throw it in the calendar so I don't forget. Yeah, no other charts right now are really setting up that look great. Look, check out Rivian. Check it out. You can see where there's a line in the sand right here for Rivian. And because the session's almost over, I don't want to be perfect. I'm just going to post the chart. Check that out. There's definitely an accumulation pattern forming on Rivian. Stamped out the May lows, unable to catch it again in June. This is what we like to see. Rounded bottom, if you zoom in on that. As I charted it right there and posted it though, it looks like what? An accumulation pattern after a markdown. So Rivian is on deck. Potentially something we'd want to buy above 50 RSI for the last week. I mean last month. I think that's about it. We got charge point. Any questions, guys? It's been a fun week. I'm proud of us for being able to do what we've been able to do. Congrats, Hanno, for the 2 awesome trades. Dustin, if you listen to this, congratulations. All right. I'm wrapping the stream up. If you're listening to this on the stream, see you later.